Welcome to Alternate Reality.
Sideways. I forgot.
Bad construction?
No, it's intentional.
So you're telling me it's like an elevator on the Enterprise?
Yeah.
Up, over, up,
No,
over.
it doesn't feel like it's up, over, because it's all enclosed and you can't see anything. But when you get it, you get this little shimmy, and the first time you go through it, and everyone in the elevator would do the same thing. What's this? And then I go, we're going up at an angle. Oh, okay. Because everyone commented, what? We're going up at an angle, so if you're drunk, it was not the elevator.
We're all drunk.
I'm throwing up. Blah.
That's lovely. Drunks throwing up on the elevator.
No. You know what I've noticed in Vegas?
Rodney, have you ever had that problem?
I've never seen the drunks throw up in the elevator ever on the street.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of drunks walking up and down the
strip.
strip.
In elevators?
Yes.
You work. Yeah, you use a hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elevator, outside.
I've never seen anybody losing their lunch on the strip. And I'm like, you walk to the strip at 7 o'clock in the morning, someone's drinking a 24-ounce can of beer.
Yes, that's right, folks. As if you couldn't tell, we're back once again with the alternate reality featuring Uncle Larry's trip to Vegas. Anyway, hey, folks, it's Comic Book Man here, and you've dialed into yet another episode of the alternate reality. I'm being joined today by that loudmouth Vegas transplant himself.
Vegas strong, baby!
Bo. And we're also being joined today by Rod Flash. Say hello, Rod Flash.
Hello, Rod Flash.
Oh, I see. He's got it. He's got it down. He's got it down.
I'm not buying those old
Set him up, knock him down. That's how you do it, son. Congratulations. Give me a fist. This guy over here, Rod, this guy is the straightest straight man you're ever going to want to meet in your life.
I don't care for the jokes, so I don't comment on it.
I grew up off of Get Us No Hotel. You got to be snapping like that. I know it.
And just so you and the folks at home are aware, right now, we are actually at Alternate Reality, which is
we are.
located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where the blue flashing strobe lights of the police paddy wagon is in front of the store right now.
Another one?
Right now.
It's the third one since I've been
Somebody
here.
pulled over. But it will be gone when you come down. I can guarantee that in the future. When you come down, the paddy wagon will be gone.
Are you saying there'll be no drunks in
all new in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood? No, I don't think so. All new comics will be 15% off every day for everyone, as they always have been. We've been altering your reality since 1994.
Hey, the one in Vegas got the same name. We've been doing the same thing.
I don't care. The one in Vegas stole the Fantastic Four's logo. Yes, I noticed that.
Yes, it did.
And if you're asking, how did they steal the logo? It's the same font as the classic Fantastic Four logo. And God bless them, because I stole basically the Superman the movie logo from mine. So
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's a homage.
Good people copy, great people steal.
But anyway, we are here to talk about comic book news. We're here to talk about media news. And we're here to talk about wrestling news, because we haven't talked about wrestling news in a while. We're going to start off with Neville.
Yes.
Neville, the man who can defy gravity.
Yes, the
man who once could defy gravity. Now the man who
forgot about.
Yes.
Yeah, and the king of the cruiserweights.
Now just the man with the bad attitude.
No, actually, his attitude is fine, and I don't blame him for anything that's going on here.
But
they've been screwing
can we get to the story? Can we not bury the lead?
Okay.
Apparently, Neville has walked out of the WWE.
Yeah.
Now, what is the problem with Neville? I know from watching NXT from the last year that they've been pushing the hell out of Neville.
Yeah.
Right now, at this particular moment, they aren't, but they have been for the last year. Now they're pushing Enzo. For whatever reason.
Well, because they want people watching. The push of Enzo probably was the last straw.
Well, if there was a last straw, there was a straw before that.
No. This was
So, bam, Enzo, I'm gone.
No, the Enzo thing was the last straw. This has been going on since WrestleMania. His match against Austin Aries was not put on the main card; it was put on the pre-show.
Okay.
Oh.
Then when the DVD came out, their match wasn't on it.
Oh, really?
No, it's not on it.
Well, that sucks.
So that cost him money. Austin Aries was let go. Kicked him off because he and Austin Aries are having a nice deal feud, and Austin Aries is a good wrestler.
Why was Austin Aries let go?
They never explained it.
He was let go during the summer.
Yeah,
And
quietly let go.
They had the storyline where each guy was trying to put the finishing hold on another guy and stuff, and they was building it up, and the fans were getting into it because both guys are very good on the mic. all of a sudden, Aries started jobbing to guys like that. The horrible wrestler that's supposed to be after a video game or something. He started jobbing to him. And, yeah, they got real bad to the point where Aries just said, "This isn't working for me." And they said, "Well, okay, fine."
Yeah, backstage he was basically honest. He's like, he said he's posted on Twitter in a couple places. He's going back to the independent circuit. He's probably going to make more money. But that wasn't the final straw. Yeah. Apparently, there was a meeting about merchandising and T-shirts. Yeah. And they came up with a T-shirt that Neville had no use for. And he said, "This is the T-shirt you're getting one way or the other," which made him angry.
Well, I thought that the WWE, the wrestlers, creative, were involved in creative.
They do. And his idea was ignored.
Well, why was that? I thought that they were supposed to be involved with it.
They were involved, and then all of a sudden, when he put his input in, they decided to ignore him and go with another shirt, which has never come out yet. Okay. So, and then the whole...
Well, if he leaves, I don't think it will.
Yeah, it'll never come out. So then the whole Enzo thing happened. You're going to move Enzo over to the cruiserweights to pump up the ratings and make people more interested. And Enzo's a great, entertaining guy. He's very, very talkative. He sucks as a wrestler. And so you can't have this guy as your champion.
Define sucks.
How many moves has he got? 4?
None.
Yeah, none.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he's very good on the microphone from what I've seen. Yeah. When he comes on there, he gets the crowd. Now that you hate him now, the crowd is still into him. Yeah. And that's sort of making everybody going, damn, this guy, he's a prick behind the scenes, but we love him.
He's doing a long heel turn right now, which is just about finished. From what I've seen. And I mean, he's just about in the heel camp now.
Well, the one thing that is saving him from not being fired, because he's basically ticked off everyone backstage, is the fact that he sells merchandise. He's very popular. Yeah. Once it drops off, Enzo's gone. They're gonna fire him.
Well, that's once it drops off. Yeah, if it drops off.
It's not gonna be around much longer.
Well, all he's got to, he's selling the merchandise based on what he can do on a mic, not on what he can do in the ring. Right. Which, as long as the merchandise is moving, they'll find something for him to do. But yeah, if once the merchandise stops moving, if you can't perform in the ring, there's no reason to keep you unless you're going to take over an announce position.
Yeah, and he's not going to be a very good announcer. And the locker room heat with him is so high.
Oh man!
Well, what's wrong with him in the locker room? What's going on? Because we just I just posted a news story this week that you gave me about backstage.
Yeah.
Okay, folks not liking him very much. That the heel he's playing on in the ring right now, he's been acting this way for quite some time. This just didn't start in the ring. This is actually the way he's been.
His behavior in the ring is about 5 degrees lower than his behavior out of the ring.
Okay.
He's always been a loudmouth. But he broke a couple of locker room etiquette rules. First off, he brought a couple of hookers to the back of the locker room.
Cool.
Because he used to go to the strip club.
Because he used to go to strip clubs. Then he had these same hookers taking pictures of the wrestlers backstage, which is an ultimate taboo. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Then when he was there with the
Europe, but why not?
Oh, because I'm in the locker room. I don't need people walking around trying to take pictures of me.
Because
I'm not wearing my clothes and I'm out here. I'm basically half naked.
They're hookers. They've seen.
Or if you also the wrestlers that are supposed to be married and on the road there.
Yeah.
Well,
usually have the.
That's a whole other matter. Yeah.
Well, the side action.
We're talking sting right now, like
yeah.
And then when they went on one of the last European tours, he was so obnoxious on the bus, talking about how much money he was making and how great he was.
I have noticed he talks a lot about how much money he's making.
He does it a lot. Roman Reigns,
not just in the ring, but out of the ring too.
Yeah, so everyone on the bus.
I didn't realize he was such a money machine.
Well, you saw I think the Monday episode. He's sitting up there telling everybody their hat is Gucci and like $350 hat.
Well, yeah, but that's in the ring bullshit.
And you
don't pay a lot of attention to what they say in the ring.
He spent $2,000.
It's whatever your character is.
He spent $2,000 for the Conor McGregor fight. But the Roman got to the point where he was so annoying in the bus that Roman Reigns, who basically backstage has become sort of like a figure that they look up to.
Is he taking the Undertaker's position?
He could be. Roman basically told him, grab your crap and get the hell off the bus. And they threw him off the bus.
Yeah.
So he had to walk to the arena. When he got to the arena, they said, you have to dress in the hallway. You're not allowed in the locker room.
That would tell me it's time to start making friends.
He can't.
Or move on. Well, you always can. You can always mend fences. You can always.
His biggest.
You know what you start off with? You go into a locker room and you say, "I'm sorry, I've been acting like a
too late."
Yeah,
it's too late.
That's all you can do.
That's all he can do. And and if Cass was still around, Enzo probably been gone already.
Where's Cass?
He hurt his knee on the last.
That's what I thought. He's on the shelf.
Yeah, he won't be back till after Mania.
Okay.
Because Cass is heat too, but Cass is heat because of his political beliefs.
What are his political beliefs?
He's a big Trump supporter. He won't shut up. And everyone in the locker room's like, shut up.
Okay.
I think I see the thing with Neville is that he's like a throwback to the WCW kind of wrestler. And right now, like you were saying, when the whole thing switched over, Vince wants you to basically not only be that guy, but he also wants you to be an entertainer. Well, and Neville, the reason why he kept calling himself the king of the cruiserweights, because basically Neville may say a couple of words. He's good on the mic, but he prefers to fight as opposed to sit up there and do like 30-second sound bites or something.
That's nice. We've talked about this before, and it's no big secret in wrestling. You got to be as good on the mic as you are in the ring if you want to actually make something. He's good
on the mic, and if you saw him on the road things, he's funny as hell when he's not running. But the biggest problem with the cruiserweight division in WWE is they slowed them down. They want to go for the house style. Cruiserweight matches, WCW days, when the show started, they were flat all over the place. It was quick. They have basically taken these guys and go, okay, I know you're used to going 100 miles an hour. You'd like you to go 50.
Well, that was partly because of the luchadors, too.
Yeah.
In WCW.
Well, the
luchadors speeded everything.
They've got a fair amount of luchadors who are there in the Cruiserweight division right now.
Yeah,
all those guys are good, and all those guys can work a much faster pace, but they tone them down.
Well, right now, Enzo's working a program with, what's-his-face?
He's working with Kalisto. Kalisto moved from SmackDown to Raw. And you got more cruiserweights in the pike, but yeah, Neville leaving, he was making money before. He'll make money after he's gone.
Tied with him this week was Nia Jax. Now the rumor was that she was bolting too.
Yeah,
but is that happening?
No, she's not bolting. What Nia Jax is not. Nia Jax apparently because her best friend is actually the current WWE Women's Champion. That is her best friend. She said. During the NXT days, Nia Jax would be gone for a couple of weeks off and on with some kind of issue. So this isn't unusual. She's going to Europe now to be on the European tour. So she wasn't leaving. But people are like, she's gone and Neville's gone and maybe they're going together. No.
What was she leaving for?
Well, we don't know.
Maybe she would disappear for a week or two.
She would disappear. She would go away for a week or two because they shoot those shows like 3 or 4 at a time.
Does she have some sort of?
We don't know.
Drinking problem?
No.
Detox or something?
No, she didn't. No, it could be a physical thing. It could be.
Okay.
It could be maybe she's trying to get pregnant. We don't know. Her personal life has been something that nobody ever talks about. You know, and she's got a relatively active Instagram account. She actually posted a picture of herself in a swimsuit. She did. It's weird. Yeah. So she's got body issues. She said she's quite clear about it because she's a big girl.
Okay, now explain something to me. How in the world in 2017 does a chunk of the locker room come down with the mumps? How the hell does that happen?
That's really not that complicated. You're all traveling
together.
You're
the medical expert here.
You're all traveling together. You're all on the bus. You're all in the same locker room.
Well, before you go any further, maybe you ought to explain. Okay.
Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas, and JoJo, the announcer.
And what do those four all have in common?
They all have the mumps.
This is what's known as a long way
around. Now, the question with that is, did Bo get the mumps first? Or did JoJo get the mumps? Or did Bray get the mumps? JoJo and Bray are a couple. And obviously, Bo hangs out with his brother. Yes, Bo Dallas happens to be a Wyatt. He happens to be a Rotunda. And Roman hangs out with him, I guess. And so, yeah, all of them ended up with the mumps. Did Bray Wyatt work on Monday?
Bray did the video bit, and now the match was supposed to be Bray as Abigail.
Yes, his sister Abigail, the long mythical sister Abigail.
Against what's his face in the demon.
Against the demon.
Yeah. Against the demon. It's supposed to be the battle of the demons or whatever.
Right, and so 2 days before it happened, they said, okay, Roman can't wrestle. We need someone to join Ambrose and Rollins. Kurt Angle's wrestling this weekend. It's just like, okay. And then AJ Styles.
I thought Kurt Angle had neck problems.
Kurt Angle
which is why he doesn't wrestle.
Kurt Angle wrestled with his neck problems. He wrestled a lot in.
Well, yeah, but I thought the idea was we don't do that anymore.
He said he probably, when he came back, he's probably going to wrestle. He just didn't know when. The fact that they cleared him this quick, which made Daniel Bryan go, "Oh, really? You cleared him?" The WWE doctor will not clear him. All the other doctors he's gone to have cleared him. Yeah. It's not his fault. It's the WWE's fault.
Daniel Bryan's got a quote-unquote concussion, whereas Angle's got a screwed-up neck from multiple screwed-up necks.
But they basically
over the course of a lifetime.
What they said with Bryan is the fact that the concussions were not it. It was something else that was wrong with him. Every other doctor he's seen to has cleared him to wrestle. The WWE doctor is the only one who won't. And he's already said if he did wrestle, it'd be a different style. And he's another guy. Once his contract's up, unless he let him wrestle, he's gone.
Well, there's always divas for him.
Yeah. Oh no! That means he's gone, and he won't be seen again. And he'll go out and make a fine living working everywhere else. Because Daniel Bryan will be making money hand over fist because he doesn't spend a lot of money anyway. But yeah, Kurt Angle's wrestling this weekend, and AJ Styles, who's in Europe, is coming to the U.S. to wrestle to wrestle Finn Balor. 2 Bullet Club members wrestling each other because I guess Balor said, "I need someone to wrestle AJ."
Now, how are they going to work that out in the storyline? I mean, the storyline that people are supposedly buying into is Sister Abigail versus the Demon. Sister Abigail is obviously gone, so how the hell does AJ Styles fill that void outside of the fact that it'll be a good card to see two wrestlers?
The storyline thing is that AJ Styles says he's here to defend the SmackDown honor.
Oh, for Christ's sake. That's what they're going with?
I thought Finn Balor was going to go out there and say something like, I came here to fight, give me an opponent, and all of a sudden they play AJ Styles music to pump up the crowd.
But they want, I guess they want, since they had made the announcement about the mumps thing, they wanted to announce who Balor was wrestling. They wanted to do it quick.
Have you two seen the Sister Abigail bit?
Yes.
What do you guys think of it?
Bad kiss with the, really? Bray must have really did something backstage that really pissed off some people for them to do that.
No,
the Sister Abigail thing, they've been building that for
a while. I know, but they had a woman that they was going to put in there.
There was always going to be a Sister Abigail.
There was going to be a woman in Sister Abigail. It was a question
of when.
Well, what happened to her?
They didn't do it.
They never did it.
It was an NXT girl.
Okay, we made Bray the heavyweight champion. We're getting this belt off him. We don't like him as a face. We like him better as a heel. Well, he can be both. And he's going back and forth. And apparently because of the whole situation with him and JoJo hooking up and while him still being married and stuff, the WWE kept going.
Separated.
Well, the ink ain't
erased
off the wedding thing. But then basically they said point blank, okay, we're going to do some changes here. And if you know, Bray has lost what? He's been on 5 pay-per-views in the past.
He's lost almost all of them.
And he lost every single one of them.
Yeah, well, he hasn't had a real good track record.
He's lost a whole bunch.
He's had the worst track record for a top-tier guy I've seen it.
Well, but there's a reason for that. I mean, why are they having him lose all the time? Why is he jobbing?
Well, a lot of it depends on who he's wrestling. He's not going to beat Balor. Balor was the universe.
He beat him before.
I know he beat him before. And the biggest problem with Bray and the whole thing about Sister Abigail is once you broke up the family, what was the point in introducing Sister Abigail?
Well, the problem I've got with Bray Wyatt is it doesn't look like they know what the hell they're doing with him. I assumed he was brought in to take the Undertaker's place.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done that. Of course, you can make an argument that nobody can take the Undertaker's spot. But so what you do is you don't replace the Undertaker. You just insert someone that's as unique as the Undertaker, okay, and try to run with that, which I think is what they did with him. But that just hasn't caught fire.
Because he's basically a guy who's always going to be a heel. He's not. He could be a good face, but I don't see it.
But see, the thing that I saw with Bray was that his high point was the feud he had with John Cena.
Yeah.
And that infamous episode where the entire stadium was lit up with cameras and stuff. Yeah. And he's got kids in the front of the thing going.
Yeah.
He's got and them sitting up there going, this is shifting over. Now you got a top major heel there. And for some reason or other, they never capitalize on it. And then you see him going down from there. Then he goes, okay, I challenge the Undertaker for WrestleMania. And that was like one of the Undertaker's shortest matches.
Right, you're sitting there going, we knew you're not going to beat the Undertaker. He only lost once.
You know what? I would have preferred if he did beat him, because it's like you need to move up the new guard. Someone's got to take over.
If you're trying to push Bray Wyatt to be the Undertaker's replacement, it only makes sense for him to defeat the Undertaker.
Exactly. He ate the Undertaker's soul.
That's a bridge you have to cross.
The problem is you can't have the Undertaker losing.
That comes down to WWE creative not knowing what the hell they're doing at some point.
Who's writing for WWE right now anyway? Is this Prince Jr.?
Triple H?
Road Dogg's there. No, Triple H
is doing NXT.
Yeah, Triple H writes the NXT shows with one other guy. That's why NXT is a much tighter show. Brian James, called P.S. Hayes, is still involved somewhere. There's a bunch of other writers around that point. There's a bunch of people they're bringing up. And there's a lot of guys who just retired who are probably going to end up in creative as well. I mean, I thought you should have hired Edge as a creative. Hey, what the hell do I know?
What does Edge know? He doesn't have any imagination at all.
Yeah, really. And you had Raven too, and since he was hanging out with Shane McMahon, who was getting Shane drunk.
Last story in wrestling before we move on to media. Apparently, Impact has been bringing in some MMA wrestlers.
They've been doing that for a while.
Or MMA fighters, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while. They did that with Big Mo. They did it with Rampage Jackson. Now they brought in Stephan Bonner, who made his name on the first season of Ultimate Fighter. And Stephan Bonner is a local kid because he worked at the gym over there by Clark and Division. He trained people. Part of it is because the network they're on, which also owns Bellator, you're trying to do a little cross-promotional stuff. You've also had Tito Ortiz there as well.
Yeah, I did see him last week.
But Impact is at the point where you're like, Why is this show still in the air?
I always come back to this. My pat answer has always been people who are in MMA. There must be some of them who would much rather wrestle for a living than get punched in the face on a regular basis for a living, because the money is as good and or better, and you probably have more miles on your body than you would if you're getting punched in the face 8 to 10 times a year.
You've got Shayna Baszler working for NXT. You know Ronda Rousey's wrestling.
She's coming.
She's wrestling at WrestleMania with her other girlfriends. You got a guy named Matt Riddle who got kicked out of UFC for smoking weed too much. He's an Evolve, and he's going to be in the WWE. There's a lot of MMA guys move up because it's an easy transition.
That weed thing won't fly over at WWE.
Oh, he stopped the weed. He stopped the weed. Oh, you're talking about Randy Orton still smoking?
Yeah, he's still smoking.
There's a wellness policy which
there's a weed. No,
which actually gets serious about when somebody dies.
It's whether you get caught. You know, Randy Orton was sitting in the stands smoking weed in front of a road agent, and they went, "Why are you up there smoking weed?" So you got suspended.
So remember, kids, don't be stupid. Don't smoke weed when people can see.
Yeah, be sneaky about it.
Yeah, be sneaky about it.
Except in Vegas where it's legal. So
wait a minute, but Rob Van Dam is a known pothead. How's he getting away with it?
Well, he doesn't do it in public.
He doesn't do it in public.
Talks about it.
Me tell me you can't sit up there and go, he comes to the ring in 5 seconds, you sniff off and go, guys, I'm smoking weed.
Once the show's over with, he can light up all he wants.
Rodney, it's like sex. You can talk about it all you want, but just don't do it in public.
Damn, that goes my weekend.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, as long as you don't smoke, as long as you don't light up in the locker room, whatever the hell you do is fine.
Okay, moving on to media news. Oh, the Black Panther trailer. Have you seen it yet?
I saw it.
Have you seen it, Rodney?
I saw it on my phone. My God, that thing looks like Blade Runner.
Which Blade Runner?
Parts of it look like Blade Runner. Parts of it look like Tarzan.
Tron. It looked like Blade Runner and Tron in one movie.
People
what's your face driving that car? That's the scene you're talking about.
This the thing that cracks me up about it, because I went on message boards and looking, and everybody kept ripping on this stuff and everything. If you go back to what they said from the original thing on there, Wakanda, the place that Black Panther
took Charles level of technology,
exactly, and it was supposedly closed off from there. And there was a fantastic series that came out several years ago from Reginald Hundlin and John Romita Jr., where he basically said they sent Captain America down there to see what's going on because our soldiers are getting killed.
Yeah,
Cap met Black Panther's father.
That was Cap. World War II. The Allies sent Cap down to recruit Wakanda to fight the Nazis.
And
Black Panther's attitude was, give a damn what the hell you guys are doing. Leave us alone.
Right, we're here. Leave us the hell alone.
Oh, and by the way, I'm going to kick your ass now. Right. you bothered to come down to my kingdom and
hi, you're not allowed here.
At which point Cap said, well, I got super soldier formula in my veins, so let's fight.
Yeah, and Black Panther goes, yeah,
I got the Panther God. Let's go.
Panther God. Let's go. Let's roll, buddy. Let's roll.
And he lost. Now, from what I've been seeing on there, the funniest thing I read on there is someone actually complained about the freaking poster, saying that there's too many black people on the poster.
It's a black movie.
Well, so far, I was talking to Rod.
There are 2 white people in this movie.
That's what I was talking to Rod about. Now, Watson is showing up from Sherlock. He was in Civil War.
Right.
He's going to be in this. And you got Claw. He's going to be in now. He was also in the Avengers movie.
There's a rumor that Bucky's in it, too.
That's what I was getting
because he's in Wakanda.
That's what I was getting at. That Winter Soldier is going to make some sort of appearance in it. It might not be a big appearance.
So he's there.
But I think it's going to be more than, hey, look at the ice cube we got over here. Yeah. He's actually going to be walking, talking,
but
moving
that whole 2 black thing was, they were talking about it before the movie came out.
Without splitting hairs on color lines on there, all of the quote unquote African American comic readers basically saying that they're going to see it. I saw I'm getting messages on that. Oh, okay, I'm taking this day off because I got to catch it twice or whatever. And
I'm expecting this movie this opening weekend to make a lot of money.
Well, as with most movies, it's going to come down to how good it is. And we assume it will probably be good, but it could also be Thor 2, Iron Man 2 level.
Well, Ryan Coogler,
good.
Ryan Coogler, the director, has never done a bad movie, and he's a huge comic fan.
So basically, they're looking at what 150, 175 weekend.
This is going to be a weird box office thing. You're going to get your usual.
To begin with, it's February, so it's dead of winter.
It's February, so you're going to get your usual fanboy Marvel folks, and you're going to get your Medea folks.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Your Girls Night Out folks.
Oh my God!
And they're all going to be like, "Let's go to the movie."
I don't go see movies on opening night. I try to catch it like either that Saturday morning or the week after the crowd is like died down, and it's just usually a different mix of people in there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't go back to work till next Saturday, so next Friday I'll go to a movie. Justice League opens up on the 17th. I coincidentally took a vacation day. Am I going to the 17th? No, because I've got the 18th and 19th off.
Speaking of Justice League, there was an announcement made that Marvel has some counter programming to the Justice League. Yes. Not in a movie. It's not Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok. Something completely different, but it is Marvel.
Yes.
And it is, in a sense, counter programming to Justice League.
Yeah, the Punisher comes out on November the 17th.
And what else happens November the 17th?
And Justice League opens on November the 17th.
So there you go, folks.
Punisher was supposed to come out earlier, but because of the Las Vegas shooting, they held it off. And they talked about that weekend at the New York Con. It was possible.
Yeah.
To go, hey, let's come back. Then he said September, and then he said, okay, if we're going for November, well, you're not going the week after because that's Thanksgiving. So no one's going to be around. So you're not going to go with the 10th because I guess there's maybe something else big opening that day. You may go for the 3rd. No, Thor's opening that day. So you had to pick a date. So comic fans will have to make this decision. Do I stay up all night on the 17th, all day on the 17th, and binge watch The Punisher, and then on Saturday go see the Justice League movie? Or do I parse out my watching of The Punisher and interrupt it with viewings of the Justice League? Well, and you know what? The reviews are going to basically determine that. Because if the reviews come out and the Justice League movie sucks...
Oh, they better not hope it
if the reviews come out, because the reviews are going to be coming out that Tuesday, Wednesday, the reviews are going to start coming out. If the reviews come out and the movie sucks...
That kills the whole entire DC.
No, box office.
It does. It kills the box office. But this is the same DC who said our movies aren't interconnected.
Well, no. DC said that they're pulling back from that only because of people like Martin Scorsese knock on the door and say, "Hi, I'd like to do a Joker movie." Yeah. You know, DC's not going to go, well, we've already doing the Joker over here in Suicide Squad, so you have to conform your no. Martin Scorsese wants to do a Joker movie. God bless you. Go do a Joker movie. Do whatever the hell you want with a Joker movie. Make it as different from whatever we've done before as the Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy was.
And that's where you got Jared Leto going, I have no idea what I'm doing. I know I'm in Suicide Squad 2. I know I'm in a Harley and Joker movie. I'm not in the Scorsese movie, as far as I know.
Yeah. Well, the hot rumor with that's Leonardo DiCaprio, which is a little too easy.
Leonardo DiCaprio has been a superhero get for a long time. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Besides, Scorsese's not directing it. He's producing it.
Yeah, he's producing. He's not directing it, but it's his brain show.
It's his brain show.
Yeah, so he's the one who wants to see it.
It's an origin movie.
So in other words, you got a choice between binge watching a violent. Is there a rating on?
No.
It's violent. Violence begets violence on this one, from what the trailer showed on the Punisher, as opposed to Justice League, where they being very coy with whether or not Superman's in this one.
He's in it.
Well, yeah, he's in it.
Well, he hasn't showed up in.
Yeah, but the toys are already out.
Oh.
Well, you've seen the trailer of the dream sequence.
Yeah,
where he's out in the cornfield.
He's in it without his mustache.
With his CGI mustache.
Yeah, with the CGI mustache.
I don't think that this Punisher Justice League thing is going to be as big a deal as everyone thinks. Yeah, I think it's going to be. A lot of it has to do with the ratings.
Yeah.
Or
the
reviews that come out on Justice League. But I think that the Punisher audience is not the same audience as you'd have for Justice League. If you're going to do a Venn diagram with two circles, the Punisher audience is a very small slice of the folks who give a damn about going to see a DC movie to begin with.
What you'll probably get is...
There may be more... Now, if it was a Batman movie in the Punisher, that would be interesting.
That'd be interesting.
Okay, but this isn't that.
What you probably get is on Friday, the numbers should be fine. The people who are going to binge watch Punisher, they're not going to go till Sunday because you're not going to sit there and watch 13 episodes. You can 13 episodes in a row.
And the folks who are not Punisher fans but are Marvel fans and would watch the Punisher in any case will just wait and go see Justice League first.
Yeah, because
the Punisher's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going. No. It's there forever.
Yeah, I mean, everybody by this point knows that if you don't watch Punisher the day it comes out, it doesn't matter because it's the same Punisher a month later.
But you
and every other day in between.
You can't go to work with all your comic book fans and talk about it.
It's a Friday. You're not going to till Monday. You got the weekend.
So. Don't forget that's like a short weekend though, because the Thanksgiving is the following week.
Thanksgiving's the following weeks.
So you can basically eat turkey in the morning and go watch Justice League in the evening.
Yeah, what a happy world.
Well, and there'll be a bunch of movies open up the Wednesday before Thanksgiving too. So.
There is a movie out right now I wanted to talk about just a little bit, which we referenced earlier before we went on the air. Snowman. Yeah. Snowman is out in theaters right now.
Yes, dying a painful death right now.
It was supposed to be a vehicle for
Michael Fassbender.
The
beginning of a franchise.
The beginning of a franchise, especially since his Assassin's Creed
died a painful death, and which he produced, by the way.
Which he
sunk his money into.
Which was also supposed to be his franchise.
Aside from the X-Men.
But Snowman is dying a painful death for a reason. And what is that reason, Bo?
The director before the film opened.
This is what's known as serving up a question.
The director of the film before the film opened, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, because I remember seeing this when I was in Vegas. 25% of the script wasn't shot
at all.
How do you do a movie with 25%, with a quarter of the movie not there?
Well, I guess it depends on which 25%. If it's Act 3,
apparently it was the part that would tie the film together. The other part was the studio basically took the editing away from him, and he edited it. So this is one of the rare cases where a director, 3 days before this big movie opens, this is his first big major movie. This is the planning of a franchise, because Joe Nesbo's written a lot of books with this character. That franchise went to hell because they either didn't know what they were doing, or he didn't know what he was doing, or a combination of both.
Which studio is doing this? Is it Universal?
Who's in dire need of a franchise?
Well, they have the Universal Monsters.
Which they keep torpedoing.
Keep waiting for the monsters to meet up.
No, you know what the franchise is right now? Fast and Furious. That's their franchise. That's it. That's all they got.
Yeah. Mark my words, from this moment forth, The Rock is going to end up basically calling shots in Hollywood the way he's going about.
Well, yeah, he and Jason Statham are getting a spinoff movie. Which adored Tyrese Gibson. I'm like, Tyrese, nobody gives a crap about your character anyway. Shut up! Just shut up! You're the supporting cast.
But the bad thing about the Snowman thing is that Fassbender's been this actor. If you went back and saw Glorious Bastards,
he's great.
He's real good. He's good as Magneto. Yeah. He was actually good in this picture called, I forget the name of it. It was called Switch or something. And it's like he should be one of the top guys.
And don't forget the Alien films.
Oh, right.
He's Prometheus and
Alien,
he's the android character.
Yeah, he should be one of the top guys right there now that isn't Affleck or so-and-so, but he's just been getting like one bad break after the other.
He's been picking the best projects, but when he picked them, it didn't work when he got working on them.
If you want a rocket to stardom based on a comic book movie, Magneto is not the best choice in the world for you. While he's a pivotal character in the X-Men, you're not part of the Marvel universe. No, and you probably won't be part of the Marvel universe when Marvel eventually gets that character back. So, are you going to play a different character in the Marvel universe? Because Marvel probably won't have any interest in you.
Oh, they would.
There's
I can think of a couple.
We were just talking about DiCaprio. Yeah. Marvel has dated DiCaprio to get him in the Marvel universe. DC has. But I would imagine that there are a lot of folks who are in the X-Men universe that they have no interest in.
And so Matthew McConaughey. DC and Marvel wanted Matthew McConaughey. And Al Pacino.
The point I'm making is folks in the X-Men universe and most of the folks in the Spider-Man universe, they don't have any interest in because they've already played Marvel characters, which they're going to want to reassign anyway with different actors.
But you have to forget the Chris Evans theorem. How many superheroes has Chris Evans played so far?
Three or four?
Four. He's on his fourth superhero.
Okay, he did Human Torch.
He did the Losers. Fantastic Four.
That's a Human Torch.
No. Yeah, I forgot. And he did something else too. There's a Marvel role or a DC role for Fassbender. If you're going to do a Moon Knight movie, Fassbender would be perfect. If you're going to do a Punisher movie, Fassbender would be perfect.
There you go.
Hell, he could be the new Iron Man. Downey's basically done. Hi, I'm here. Hello.
I think Downey's they're gonna probably shove a couple million in front of me. He said this is a dream come true for him, and
he's 64 now.
Yeah, and
he's done after these two movies.
He said I'm running out of action still to do. His next project's gonna be HBO. He's playing Perry Mason. Because he wants and there's another Sherlock movie coming out. I mean, he could do the Chris Evans. My contract's up. I'm going to do another one. My contract's up. I'm going to do another one. Chris Evans said like 4 or 5 years ago, I'm just going to direct and not act anymore. And then Marvel went, I like you guys. I'm going to hang out. You guys are
cool. Last thing I want to touch with media news. Last night I'm watching The Inhumans.
Yes.
Commercial from Geostorm comes on.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I go, wow, that looks like a real stinker. And the little girl looks at me and goes, why do you say that? He says, well, to begin with, It looks like it's a stinker. Yeah. But the title of the movie is Geostorm. Anytime you have a movie named after some sort of natural disaster and that's all you get, that is not a good sign. Then I heard this morning, Geostorm's been sitting on the shelf since 2014.
Yeah, just hang out. Just hang out. They couldn't find the right data or they come have it.
So Geostorm is, and who's in Geostorm?
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler, and he's doing publicity for this thing right now. And he just got sick or fell down.
He had some kind of, what was it, a motorcycle accident?
Motorcycle accident.
He was on Good Morning America while I was waiting for the shuttle to get out of town. That was, I think, the last media appearance he had, pimping Geostorm.
Okay.
I'm figuring
see
50 to 60 million this weekend. That's it.
Well, I say less than 10.
Wow,
less than 10. Really? What else? What is this competition? Snowman?
I say less.
The Ninjago movie?
Well, and that's one of the reasons I brought it up. That this weekend, and this one weekend that we're taping this, you have 2 movies out: Snowman, Geostorm. Yeah. What are you going to go see this weekend?
Yeah, are you going to see the Ninjago movie?
You got a choice between a movie that's been sitting on the shelf since 2014, or a movie that's only 75% done.
Yeah. and you're going. The fall movie season starts in like a week or 2. So I think I'll just stay home.
Well,
screw it.
That might be the reason those are coming out right now, to get them out of the way,
it's
clear the decks for the fall movie season.
Oscar season.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on to comic news. We've only got a couple of stories there. First thing I want to talk about is Marvel Legacy. Marvel Legacy broke 3 weeks ago, I think, when the one-shot came out.
Yeah,
the one-shot came out. We talked about it in a previous podcast. It's been out about 3 weeks now. You guys have been looking at some of the books, reading some of the books. What do you think of what you've seen?
I've read almost.
What do you think about what you've seen so far? Because I can talk about it from retail numbers, but I want to know what you guys think about it from fan perspective.
I haven't even read the one shot yet. I mean, I'm a little behind.
I read the one shot, and as much as it pains me to admit it, I'm sort of getting almost. I can't believe I'm actually saying this after 40 plus years. My patience is wearing thin with Marvel. Quesada said earlier this year, okay, we understand you guys are sick and tired of the Maxi series, so we're going to stop doing Maxi series for 18 months because we've had one after the other, after the other, after the other. Yeah. And we've got these books that only sell, from your standpoint, only sell during the Maxi series come out. And once the Maxi series is over, bam, this is it. So then all of a sudden Marvel comes up with this idea, okay, well, we're going to start going back to where you guys cared about the characters.
We're bringing back all the dead folks.
Yeah, basically everybody that's been dead is popping up on that. I think one book has Professor Xavier coming back. Don't know how because his brain got Human Torch.
Surgery, dude, surgery.
When DC did this, wasn't it called Blackest Night or something?
Yeah.
No, let me listen. Before you get started, Blackest Night was good.
Legacy is Rebirth. That's what Legacy is.
Yeah, Blackest Night was good. That was good because it was it was sort of
they were also zombies, but
it was sort of heartbreaking because you had the elongated man and Sue Debney come back from there and they killed Hawkman.
Yeah,
he always died.
I know, but still, it was for me watching it going. I mean, they were best friends. He just killed them. Zombie. The legacy thing here is like Marvel's like basically saying, okay, all you old guys, we want you guys to come back. We're sorry for diversity. We bringing back the characters that you know and love.
But the diversity characters you brought in there, they're not going anywhere.
They're going to be pushed aside. Trust me.
They're not
There's going to be a storyline coming up 2 years from now where they kill off those diversity characters.
Oh, if it takes 2 years.
Or a year at the most. I'm guarantee you.
You're never going to kill off Miss Marvel.
Okay,
no.
Here's
Riri Williams. She's always going to be around.
Here's the thing: Marvel never throws anything out.
Yeah.
I mean, they might stop publishing them, they might push them off to the corner somewhere, but they're not going to kill them.
No.
And then again, even if they did kill them off, who cares? I mean, they're just bringing them back anyway. That doesn't mean anything in comics.
And, as you sit there, because you go, well, that character's off the shelf. You go, okay. Spirits of Vengeance is off the shelf. They got Victor Gitzler, who does horror stuff quite well.
That's a miniseries.
It's a miniseries. But you know if the book sells.
Yeah, but when's
you're not going to do a Ghost Rider book if that book sells.
I know, but when's the last time you saw Son of Satan, though?
Nobody wants to see Son of Satan. It's a stupid character.
He's not wearing the red leotard.
Hence the reason why he's a stupid character.
He's wearing a red leotard, a cape, and this little. He's wandering over. It's like, you look like an idiot. Why would I take you seriously?
I am the son of Satan. Yeah, okay, just like that.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
It was the 70s, okay? It was.
I remember the 70s.
Satanism was popular then. And they said, well, we got a character here.
It was a tale in a Marvel's horror line.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But it's like...
That was Don Perlin and Doug Munch and all those guys that were going to do some horror stuff. And Mark Wolfman. That's what that was.
Yeah, we need to do horror stuff, but they need to be superheroes, too. It's like, okay, this works.
That was the same thing during the Kung Fu era. We're going to do, we're going to do Shang-Chi. We're going to do Iron Fist. We're going to do the Brothers.
Yeah, I saw that. They also... They're doing, like... With Spider-Man now, the upcoming storyline is he's going back to being broke for some reason. Yeah. They never one time explained how he got the money first place.
Oh no, he kept.
Well, it was Doc Ock.
No, well, we knew it was Doc Ock later, but it was like first off they did Spider-Man where he's working for the company. Then all of a sudden you had Civil War 2, and then after that. Spider-Man's jet setting across got gadgets like he's 007.
Because the one thing that people always forget about, Peter Parker's probably the third or fourth smartest person in the Marvel Universe. Yeah. He came up with a web fluid on his own.
Oh, I know. And he also came up with the costume, which is probably one of the best costumes ever created.
He's pretty smart. He's pretty smart. So basically they said, we're going to make him a tech mogul. And then we're going to take it away because we really prefer Peter Parker when he has no money.
When he has no money.
When he's struggling. When he's having a hard time, he's going back to the bureau. That's where people go. It's Peter Parker.
So in other words, Mary Jane comes back. Okay, you don't have a company now.
Well, Mary Jane's hanging out with Tony Stark. So I don't know if that's going to
happen. You always go back to the one you love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she'll wander.
You always go back to the one you love. Well, as far as the sales numbers go, Marvel Legacy, the one shot, has not had the same legs that DC Rebirth has had. DC Rebirth, that one shot. I'm just talking about the one shots now. That sold like crazy. Yeah. Once it came out. People kept buying it and buying it and buying it and buying it. Went into multiple prints to the point where DC finally just hardcovered the damn thing and charged $10 for it. And people were still buying it. The Marvel Legacy book, not so much. It sold okay, but we are 3 weeks out now. I think I've sold maybe 2 of those in the last 2 weeks.
Well, I think part of that would be the Rebirth thing had created the Watchmen mystery. You had a big hook.
Well,
there were people out there waiting for the Watchmen thing, even though Beyond Watchmen blew.
Right.
Yeah.
Blue chunks.
Well, it would have.
Len Wein, rest in peace, but just blue chunks.
Well, actually, the Dr. Manhattan miniseries is apparently the pivotal one for this whole relaunch of Rebirth. But there isn't a hook like that in Legacy.
No, it's just a little. It's just a bunch
of
things being mentioned.
Rebirth was $2.99 initially when it was released, the one shot. This is $5.99.
So this big day, so people go, I cannot buy these $2.99 books. I can buy this one $5.99 book.
And from what they ran, they looked at and said, "Oh, Wolverine's back. Oh, we already know he was coming back."
And the promise of the internet is people review the damn book before it showed up. So I don't need to buy the book. I already know what happened.
Okay. Last thing I want to cover relatively quickly is Chuck Dixon has been in the news this week. Apparently, he is writing an alt-right comic for an independent publisher.
It's an independent publisher.
I mean, independent as in it's not IDW or Image or anybody. It's like an independent publisher.
This story actually broke on Facebook. Jamal Igle broke the story on Facebook. And he's the one, and then everyone started talking about it. Chuck Dixon is there are a few hyper-conservatives working in comics. Chuck Dixon, Mike Barron, Ethan Van Sciver. There's a guy named Mike S. Miller who worked for some small publishing company about 10 years ago. Chuck Dixon...
Before you go any farther, let me just mention one thing. Chuck Dixon has been around since the 80s.
Yes.
He's had a long career. He's done Batman. He's done Punisher. He's done Nightwing.
He created Bane.
He did a lot of work at CrossGen.
Green Arrow.
When CrossGen was around.
G.I. Joe.
He did Way of the Rat, Wrath, El Cazador, until CrossGen folded. Yeah. He's even done Simpsons comics.
Yeah.
He's even written for the Simpsons.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like he doesn't have breadth to what he's written.
Yeah. I mean, he's also someone who Marvel won't even think about hiring because apparently he's hyper-conservative and a jerk. Well, he also wrote the Clinton Chronicles, so it's not a shock. But he's a...
Now, who did the Clinton Chronicles?
You got him over in your spinner rack there.
Oh, you talking about Blue Wave?
Yeah, Blue Wave.
Oh, that, I mean...
And Blue Wave is owned by a hyper-conservative guy. So
yeah.
That's where Mike Miller works at. So he's always been a hyper-conservative, and apparently he decided to go all out with this one. Fellow comic creators are like, we knew you were like this, but dude, really. and the person I feel sorry about this for is Graham Nolan, the guy writing the Bane miniseries. Because you're drawing it, because at some point DC's going to pay attention to this, and they're going to go, how exactly can we kill this 12-issue miniseries now before the fallout hits us?
Well, they're up to issue 5, I think, on Bane.
It's a 12-issue limited series.
But they're up to issue 5. If they wanted to, it depends on the sales. Now, Bane is selling okay. It's not blowing down any doors.
Well, part of it,
but it's selling okay.
Part of it's just Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan. So.
Okay, let me put it this way: Nightwing sells about half of Batman's numbers. Bane is selling about half of Nightwing's numbers. Which
is that good?
Well, at some point, let me put it this way: if Bane you halved its numbers, you'd be at Scooby-Doo numbers.
And here's the thing about it.
So if you're working your way down the food chain, if Batman's 100, Nightwing's 50. If Nightwing's 50, then Bane is 25. If Bane is 25, then Scooby-Doo is 12.
Yeah, because I read like the last issue, and as I'm reading, I go, I have no interest in this miniseries anymore. I just don't care.
Now, are you saying that because you have no interest in the miniseries, or because of
because I have no interest in the miniseries? The miniseries is pointless and it's boring. Okay. Graham Nolan's a workman-like artist, and the only reason because Pete Woods also commented on Facebook. He said, other people are working the book, and I'm like, yeah, because Graham Nolan's working the book, and I don't want Graham Nolan to suffer. I'll probably keep getting it, but. Chuck Dixon, as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with him.
What about you, Rod?
I'm sort of afraid about that one because, like, I think
Rodney, I know you've read his stuff.
Yes, I have read his stuff, and Night Watch was great because it came out every week, and I remember reading it, going, "This is leading up to something," because this is at the time where I was working in the store, and I was reading it up and going, "It's leading up to something." Where Superman, everybody kept saying, okay, Superman's getting killed in such and such issue. Right then now. And then they said, well, something may just happen in the Batman. We're going, well, what's going to happen to Batman? Go read up to it on there. And you had Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan come up with this character called Bane, who basically was like the guy who outsmarted Batman. So, because the current Bane story was good for bringing Bane into the rebirth of the rebirth thing on there, but the art is good. Don't get me wrong. I love Graham Nolan there, but at the time now, it's like reading a 1990s book in the 21st century.
90s? I think more like 80s.
Well, yeah.
Graham Nolan's the kind of guy who get a lot of work because Graham Nolan is workmanlike and he's fast.
Right, and there's not too many of those guys that's left
he's
in there. Oh man,
workmanlike and fast.
Well, there's like
hey, it's one of his favorite artists of all time, Jose Delbo.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Jose Delbo did Wonder Woman for like ever in the 70s and into the 80s, and he was terrible. He was replaced by Don Heck, who was equally terrible. God bless his soul. Don't write me about Don Heck. I understand Don Heck's place in history. I'm not thumping on Don Heck. I'm not thumping on Don Heck.
Actually, I like Don Heck's Iron Man a lot.
Yeah, well, okay. It's neither here nor there. Okay, and that's going to wrap it up for the news.
So wait. Oh, you keep buying the book?
Yeah, because like I said, I like the Graham Nolan's art in Bane. I want to see where it's going. As far as Dixon's concerned on there, I could just basically go to a con and...
Dixon doesn't really do cons.
You'd be surprised who you say don't do cons.
I know there are people that do, but as a general rule, Dixon has not done a lot of cons. Okay. And a fellow conservative, Ethan Skyber, does cons, and he does nothing but tick off people sitting around him.
I've heard the story.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about him.
But that's it for the news. It's time for the Rorschach test.
Oh, God, here we go.
Time for the Rorschach test. I'm going to throw a name out, or a word out.
Pepsi.
Okay, and I'm going to give it...
Rorschach.
I gave it to... The last time you were here, I gave it to you first, Rod, so I'm going to give it to you second. So lock this in your head.
Nachos.
You're going first.
Okay, nachos.
And the name is...
Nachos.
Eric Bischoff. First thing that comes in your head.
Overrated?
Overrated? In what way?
Eric Bischoff gets a lot of credit for making WCW what it is. He stole the idea from New Japan and he ran it into the ground. If Eric Bischoff had taken the NWO concept and stopped using that and come up with some creative ideas like 2 years into it, it would have been fine. Eric Bischoff took that and kept going. You had NWO White, NWO Blue, you had the Wolfpack, you had NWO Midgets, NWO Grandmothers. Like, dude, really? You run this thing into the ground. So, highly overrated. And also the fact that he was using Ted Turner's money.
Well, it's easier to do all that stuff when you make someone else's money.
And people have said this before. There's always been a huge difference between Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, didn't he get headbutted by Kevin Owens and bleed?
Yes.
You could never see Eric Bischoff doing something like that.
Well, Eric Bischoff has talked about he does have a martial arts fighting
He does have a martial and that's where
it's not like he hasn't gotten
That's where Ernest the Cat Miller got a job because he was training his kid to freaking karate.
Oh, and it's the Cabrella. Oh.
Rod, Eric Bischoff.
90s visionary. I'm going to tell you what you were saying about NWO, but look at it like this. Before NWO and after, what happened? For better, for worse. I never forget the night when Hogan came down in the match, and it's supposed to be, it was Macho Man and Sting against Hall and Nash. Hogan comes down there, he's doing all this, and also he drops a leg on Macho Man. The entire place went quiet. It went dead quiet.
They didn't know what to do.
They said, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, Hogan goes into there and starts tossing stuff at the camera, starts acting like a thug. He said, congratulations, you are now watching the birth of the NWO. And from that moment forth, it was like wrestling just basically did a 360. And it's basically the male soap opera to begin with. Yeah. But it became like major. I mean, like you said, he did run into the ground. Don't get me wrong, he did do that with the different colors. But what was it? 72 weeks. For every Monday night, it was like the battle of, okay, Raw is doing this. Okay, well, guess what? Well, who's coming on? Did you see what happened on? No, I'm watching Nitro, and they said something big is about to happen. Well, and there was back and forth.
The interesting about that point was you could watch Nitro, and you could watch Raw. And I worked through to 11, so I would tape Raw because they ran Nitro over again at 12 midnight. So I'm like, I can watch it then. But the flip side of the NWO thing is, if there was no NWO, there's no Stone Cold Steve Austin, there's no Chris Jericho, there's no Brian Pillman. Lot of people, right? There's all the people who left to go to the WWE. That's all Bischoff. That's all on him. You fire Steve Austin by sending him a damn fax. That's just ignorant. He had no, and I've read a bunch of the behind the scenes stuff. Eric Bischoff has no interpersonal skills. Eric Bischoff's attitude is, you're a mid-card wrestler, I don't even have to talk to you or acknowledge you exist.
That's why he pulled a certain wrestler who is supposedly blacklisted, pushed him down to mid-card status to finally he said, I'm going over here with Eddie Guerrero and so-and-so.
Yeah, he pushed them all out. All those guys got pushed out because these guys are small. I don't have to pay attention to Eddie Guerrero. He pushed all these guys out.
Yeah, but wasn't it because he was also, don't forget that ECW was on at the time too. And they was trying to do something, they was basically trying to bring that thug mentality into wrestling that ECW had.
They were trying to bring the thug mentality. The problem was that Paul Heyman, being the smart guy that he is, went over to Vince and went, hi, I'm doing this show here. We can talk. And Vince is okay, Paul, I'll send you a couple checks.
And why would he do that?
Because he hated Eric Bischoff. And he really liked Paul Heyman.
Okay, and that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. We've got no more news to talk about today, but let me remind you that The Alternate Reality is coming to you from Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. New Comic Wednesday starts at 7 a.m. here at the shop. Be sure to come down. Everything is up and ready to go.
You can hear that early.
Of course he doesn't. Of course, you've never been here at 7 a.m.
I have.
Well, Black Friday.
I remember that Black Friday. Yeah.
But new comics are up and ready to go at 7 a.m. every Wednesday. They're all 15% off. First issues are all 25% off. 2 books are 40% off. My 2 books of the week, kids book and regular book. So be sure to stop on down. And for The Alternate Reality, Rod, say goodbye.
Goodbye, Rod.
Bo, say goodbye, Bo.
I'm not saying goodbye, Bo. I'm not going with a joke.
Man.
Have fun, folks. Enjoy your weekend.
Man, world's greatest straight man.
I'm not going for that joke.
World's greatest straight man.
Not going to do it.
Until next time, bye.